people said, they said GMS, we always stand out in a bad way. GMS is the most extreme. And we take that as a compliment, man. He said, one of the guys said, GMS, of all the groups, GMS is the most extreme. I'm telling you that these devils be watching us, man. They analyze all the camps. It says, then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak any more in his name. But his word was in my heart as a burning fire shut up in my bones. And I was weary with forbearing, and I could not stay. In other words, he went out, he said, I could not stay, meaning I could not go to that place where I'm not around Israel. So the Spirit made him come back and prophesy to the children of Israel. Because it was a fire in his bone. If you don't have that passion, man, and when you look up the word passion means pain. Hey, in boxing, right, I was watching a video on this guy, Vasily Lomachenko. That's a bad dude. That's a bad dude. From the Ukraine, I believe, or one of them former Soviet bloc nations. You got to see this dude train, man. I seen this dude spar 3 boxers at the same time. This guy does backflips. He does a handstand. He jumps on his knuckles and he bounces on his knuckles in the handstand, man. This guy does some crazy shit. And when he fights, nothing but fire, man. So I was watching one video, and behind the video, it said they have, like, if you go to a boxing gym, they have these different slogans: no pain, no pain, no gain, hard work, dedication. Well, there was one sign up that says, if you want to box, train. If you want to be a champion, something like that, train harder. Because there's guys that just box, you got hit the bag and they only go so far. Then you got guys that are on the elite level, but then you got the #1 guy. And that applies to the truth. You have to have that Vasily Lomachenko, Triple G, Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather. Those guys became, and I can met Bernard Hopkins. The list goes on and on, man. John Jones Bones. Or John Bones Jones. I met that guy, man. Very humble individual, all right? I said what I had to say. I said, how you doing? Nice meeting you. May the force be with you. And I went on about my business, man. And he stopped and he acknowledged it and he shook my hand, But that man trains. He gets into it, man. The guys that are on top, that are consistently on top, whether it be UFC, boxing, the NFL, LeBron James. Why you think LeBron James is where he's at? Because he puts the work in, man. Michael Jordan. Why do you think that he's considered? They're still buying Jordan. Niggas are still blowing other niggas' heads off with goddamn Jordans. Because of what this guy did. Because of what this guy did going back, more than 20 years ago? He was relevant in the 90s, but he's still relevant, man. Because of that passion, that fire. If you don't have that passion and you don't have that fire, you shouldn't be in here, man. And it's up to you guys that are on fire to get on the guys that are not on fire, man. And learn how to be an asshole. Okay, this is the Apostle Paul. Now the Apostle Paul was on fire. 1 Corinthians 9 verses 16, we're going to read down to about 19. It says, for though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of. For necessity is laid upon me. Yeah, woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel. It says 17. For if I do this thing willingly, and I look forward to this is what I live for. I love doing this thing, man. It says, for if I do this thing willingly, I have a reward. But if against my will, a dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me. What is my reward then? Verily, that when I preach the gospel, I may make the gospel of Yahushua without charge, that I abuse not my power in the gospel. 19. For though I be free from all men, yet have I made myself servant unto all, that I might gain the more. Now, what does that mean? Free from all men. He was a born free man, and he was a learned man. He came up under Gamaliel, which taught him the law. So he was a learned man, and the other apostles, Peter and them, they were not learned. When you go to Acts the 4th chapter, it tells you that, meaning they didn't come into any school. They wasn't trained to be, deep into the law. The apostle Paul was. All right. Okay, let's go from there to. Okay, this is another good one. Matthew 21 verse 19, and it says this. And when Yahushua saw a fig tree in the way, he came to it and found nothing thereon. And that's what the Lord going to do. When he comes back, he goes to see you different guys that's in the camps, and you really ain't did nothing. You did some half-ass shit. He's going to notice that. It says, but leaves only, and said unto it, let no fruit grow on thee henceforth forever. And presently the fig tree withered away. So you see guys that fall off through the years, right? Then they'll have their own little thing. Then they're there for about a couple of months, maybe 6 months, and all of a sudden you don't see them no more. All right? Okay, let's go to this one. There's a couple of them. Okay, I'm going to go to 1 Peter 2 verse 2. It says, as newborn babes, desiring the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. You got to grow in this thing. You can't be in this thing for 20 years and you on the level of a guy that's been in this thing for maybe 6 months. A lot of you guys on fire for 6 months a year, then you mellow out. And here 10 years go by and you still on that same level. Most I ain't dealing with a cat like that, man. A lot of you guys don't even know how to upload a video, man. Scripture say make full proof of thy ministry, man. Let me click on the word grow. See, whenever the spirit jumps on me, if the breaking news happens, anything that jumps on me, I do a video, man. A lot of you guys don't even have cameras. A lot of you dudes don't, man, just get out of here, man. You guys that don't feel it, just get the hell, do us a favor and get to stepping, man. And you guys that are on fire, learn how to be an asshole. A lot of you guys are good actors too. Okay, I looked up the word grow, right? In 1 Peter 2 verse 2.
Strong's G 837. Auxano.
Auxano from the Greek. It means to cause to grow, augment. The word augment means to be bigger. You know, in other words, when you come into this truth, you're on a certain level. After a couple of years, you're supposed to get bigger. In other words, you're supposed to grow. Your spiritual growth is supposed to be at 5 years more than 6 when you came in 6 for the first 6 months. If you're not growing, you shouldn't be a part of this thing. to increase, become greater. You're not supposed to be in this thing for 6 months and all of a sudden, 15 years later, you're still basically a guy that you look like a guy, you carry yourself like an individual that just came into this thing 6 months ago. The Most High, I got news for you. The Most High is not dealing with that, man. And he's going to give you your walking papers. You're going to get cut from the team. Like my man Fopi. Fopi, they're dead. They're dead, man. Dude did what, 3 years, 3.5 in, called himself an elder. Then he got tired. I'm tired. There's going to be a time where you ain't going to see us out here no more because I'm tired. Then I made a video, then all of a sudden he comes back talking about where's the love? The hell you mean where's the love, man? Well, you ain't a man of the Lord. You're not one of the chosen. The scripture said many are called but few are chosen. You were called but you were not chosen. Now make a video on that. To grow, increase of plants, of infants, of a multitude of people, of inward Christian growth. Okay, it says 1 Peter 2 verse 18, right? It says, servants, be subject to your masters. You know, the scriptures say, call not one your master, but the master meaning somebody that's over you. All right, so don't get it twisted. It says, with all fear, not only to the good and gentle, but also to the froward, meaning a guy that's hard on you, man. A lot of you guys fall off because you say, well, this guy looked at me the wrong way, and I don't know, he's too hard on me. Most I ain't dealing with your scripture say, endure hardness as a good soldier. Okay, here's another one. Luke 19:21. If you thinking that Yahushua is a nice guy Eddie, he ain't no nice guy Eddie. When he comes back, he gonna prove that he's not a nice guy. He's not nice guy Eddie. It says Luke 19:21. For I feared thee. Let me go up. You can read the whole parable. I'm just going right to the point. Let me start at the 20th verse. It says, and another came saying, because they were given talents, money to go out there and make more money for the master. So this is talking about Yahushua, but it's a parable, all right? It says, and another came saying, Lord, behold, here is thy pound, which I have kept laid up in a napkin. Now that pound or that money represented the knowledge that the Most High gave you, whether he set up teachers over you or however it's set up. And when you get this knowledge, you're supposed to go out and teach this knowledge. You had teachers that taught us. You know, I came up under High Priest Ariah, King Mashar, Yaikwab, and then you had some of the other guys, Lahab and Yeshaya and Shaw, that they were teachers that taught me, man. I can't say Gazak. Gazak was never there. All right, he ain't there today. But anyway, Lahab is bugged out. Yeshaya is bugged the hell out. Shaw got demons on him. Ariah's not in his right mind. Yaikwab and King Mashar went into the spiritual realm. So we had to take up the slack, man. Bear with me for a minute.